Hey everybody, this is John, and welcome to the free video. Let's dive in here and take a look at a couple of key components that I've been watching as we head into the employment numbers as well into next week. Taking a look at the 10-day moving average of the put-call ratio. Keeping in mind here that when it's down here, it means that everybody's long, no one else left to buy, and that's when bad moves happen to the downside. When everybody's here, everybody thinks that the market is toast, and that's when you get the best rallies. So in between is neutral. So you can see we were kind of going up. Everybody's thinking that the market's toast, okay, and that's coincided with the market rally. And essentially this measures retail emotional trading, which that's 9 times out of 10, emotional trading is wrong, the wrong side of the market. So it did hook down today, meaning that, oh man, everybody's excited now that it's going to go higher again. Well, as I've talked about a couple of times, I don't think that's a slam dunk here. If we look at tech, yeah, tech looks great. Dow, it's a little sloppy there. S&Ps continue to be the most important market. You can see there's a big wedge here, and it's appropriate. We got a big wedge heading into the employment numbers tomorrow. Big question is, are the employment numbers going to cause a break of this wedge, or are we going to end up as maybe after, maybe a spike, we end up back inside this wedge? I actually think we're going to end up back inside this wedge. I think that we are setting up. Look into the open interest today in the live room. We have so much open interest below current prices, not far below. Like if the expected move is $5, it's only $2.50 below. What that points towards is a eventual kind of choppy move into the end of the next week, designed to suck all the premium and all the joy out of all the long option holders. Okay, now that doesn't mean, of course, that's guaranteed to happen, but that is what is setting up in the markets, which makes it interesting. And then from there, if we kind of look here at the weekly chart of the S&Ps and compare it to the transportation sector and the spiders, okay, and if there's any key differences here, you can see it's like, man, the NASDAQ actually looks pretty solid, okay? I mean, that's solid. We already know that the S&Ps are in a wedge here, so we've got to see which way that'll get resolved. And then from there, if we look at the transports, they're kind of hanging on a thread here. You could argue that this is starting to look head and shoulderish. And then even though the transports is kind of like this, it's thought of as an old sector, transports typically move first. Okay, remember, this is a weekly chart. Where did the transports top, right? They topped weeks before the S&Ps, right? S&Ps here went to make new highs. NASDAQ went and made new highs. This one was already rolling over. So transports actually move first. And we just want to keep that in mind, especially if we end up breaking through this. It's very possible then, these markets could rally for a couple more days and roll over and die, right? And keep in mind, so in this kind of a market, what are the best setups that you can do? Danielle's got her really, I just was looking at it today. It's going to be an awesome, awesome class. It's called Ready, Aim, Freedom. High probability directional option strategies for small accounts. And what I love about her strategy is that she calls it conservatively aggressive. When she has the possibility of making money, she wants to make a lot of money. But if it doesn't work out, she doesn't want to lose much. And she has systematically gone through everything that I've done, Henry has done, Carolyn has done, and found a way to do that works for her. And because she's newer at this, I mean, she's been doing this now for like 3 years, but we've got to watch her with this process. She started off as a client, came to the seminars, dissected all of her stuff, and I think at the second live mentorship she came to, we're all sitting up at the bar, and I was like, you ought to just come work for us. And she's like, okay, and she really just dove in and has just knocked it out of the park. So this will be the culmination of that. And then just real quick is that if you, I think this is a no-brainer class just to see what she's discovered, especially if you're newer, but even if you've been doing this for a while. She's got a really interesting perspective on the markets. Her strategy class starts Saturday at noon, and it's just $297. If you'd like to do the live trading with her, which is always great because it's a chance to kind of recoup the investment live, although obviously that's not guaranteed, but it does happen quite a bit. But more importantly, it's just so that you can see what's talked about in theory on Saturday, put into practice live on those days. The Elite is simply that pro package with the ready, fire, aim indicator. So if you've already got that indicator, you don't need to do that. You can just stick with this. Now, I had mentioned that she went to our live mentorships. We actually are going to have a live mentorship at the end of March in Austin. There are a couple of seats left on the live event, but we've now opened it up to online. If you are interested in that, okay, and this is going to be great because it's going to be a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sunday, we're going to go through all kinds of just like, look, these are the best strategies that are working right now. As a summary, we're going to bring on a mental strength coach for 2 hours to talk about trading in general and how to manage your mind, which I think is going to be fantastic. And also, this is going to be released next week for $9.97. But if you get this, you know, with the ready, fire, aim indicator, you're actually only paying $800 for this portion. So it's a way to kind of get that for a discount of $197. If you've already have the ready, fire, aim indicator, just click on this down here, already on the indicator, and you can set up a coupon. Okay, that's what it is. Simplertrading.com/freedom. I'm super excited about this class. It's been so great watching Danielle kind of, you know, grow up and kind of take control of this and watch her just own this. And we'll get to see the culmination of that on Saturday. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you at the next update.